All right, so it doesn't matter which way you have your paper. So we're going to, let's leave some room because we'll draw a penguin on one side, and I want us to practice what's called a value scale on the other. So I'm going to write the word V-A-L-U-E, and then scale, S-C-A-L-E. So what we'll do, we're going to try to make 4 values of color. So one example of a value scale is it can go dark to light or it can go light to dark. So this on this color wheel off to the side, this is an example of a value scale. It can also be called grayscale because we have different percents or different values or amounts of each color. So with your pencil, you can make like a big rectangle. And then I just want you to put, I think, 3 lines, so it'll give us 4 different boxes. So if I go 1, 2, 3, and then this is the end. So I have a big rectangle, and I made 1, 2, 3. So with my pencil, we'll have the top one be the darkest, and then the bottom one be the lightest. So actually, let's go light. Let's try our lightest first. So let's see how light and soft you can color with your pencil in the bottom square. So as super light as you can. So you have to color really soft. You don't want to press too hard. So that's going to give us our lightest value. So I'm going to write the word light. And then I'm going to write the word dark. That way I know which direction I'm going. So then for you, then the next one, you just want to go a little bit heavier. But be careful because you want this to be the darkest. So you have to find something in the middle. So I'm going a little bit more. So this next value should just be a little bit heavier than my lightest below. So we only have 4 steps. A lot of times we'll have more than 4. We might have 8 or 10. But we're only trying to think simple. So now I'm going to go a little bit heavier. And if you go too dark, you can always lighten it up with your eraser. So my next one is even darker. And then my last one is going to be my heaviest. Now, using a mechanical pencil like I am, it is hard to go any darker. A regular pencil will work better. But do the best you can. And it also helps to fill in the space all the way. It'll look darker. That way there's less white of the paper showing through. So we have basically dark, medium, medium, and then light. So again, 4 values. All right, so now we're going to draw the baby penguin, but we're just going to draw them out first. And then we're going to use our values to kind of shade in our baby penguin. So I'm going to start with a round head. Remember, it's the baby penguin. It's the little one. It's like a little emperor penguin. And then we're going to make this big, fluffy rolling pin body. Pull that line in a little bit. And just this big old shape. And then usually little feet. You've got these little, you can make them round. You can give them, I think I'll just make them round. because that's going to be part of the darkest. So make some ovals, 2 ovals for the feet at the bottom. So it's this round head, big curve for the body. And then I'm going to make 2 flippers on the side. 1 line, 2 line. All right, so after we have that, right? So for the face of the penguin, so we have to curve up, scoop under, and out because they have these different markings than a regular penguin. So it's like, because we're going to shade it in a bit. So it's scoop up and out. It's like a big wavy line, up, curve down, and wave off to the side. All right, so now we'll start to shade in our penguin. So the body of these baby penguins are usually very gray. So pick 1 or 2 of these grays. It's always better to start light. So I'm actually going to just shade in here, and then I'm going to get a little lighter when I get to the belly. And when I get to the where the flippers are, the wings, just press a little more so you can see it better. But then I'm going to go a little lighter. So we're just shading in the body, trying to use the values we practiced. So you can see a little bit of a difference between light and dark. Again, if you have a regular pencil, it will be much smoother than a mechanical one, but I'm using mechanical so I don't have to sharpen it all day. All right, so we're just shading in the body with lots of gray. Carefully, you don't go too dark because we're going to save the feet and the head to be darker. So the feet, I'm going to color in really heavy. So that's going to be my darkest value on the feet. So this should look darker than the wings. Usually their eyes, so again, dark value. So see, it's under the scoop. And their beaks are actually going to be right where it kind of scoops down in a second. So inside the scoop, I'm going to go up and down and across. And then we're going to color outside of the beak because they're little baby beaks. So then our darkest value will be the top half, almost like, it looks like a yin yang, like the way it splits. So I need to color them on this side. So your darkest value should be on its head and his or her feet. And the eyes, of course. And you can leave the face white or just color it super light like our first value. So like I'm barely putting any pencil, just to give it a little bit more. And I can always go back. You could always make your value darker. It's kind of hard to lift out. You can always use an eraser, but even then it's not going to be even, but you can always, you have that option. If you want to put them on a little iceberg, I'm just going to draw kind of a jagged line under my penguin. On each edge, where the very end of my shape goes, I make a vertical line, and then I connect. I try to redo the line so it looks similar. And then I can make diagonal so it looks like a slick piece of ice. Maybe give a little shadow.